Hey yo, daddy-o! This video here has been sponsored by the radical dude who goes by the name Game Master, and let me tell ya, it is really darn good to actually be paid for this kind of stuff from time to time. I mean, it's been a while since Regal stopped donating me money for my Motorstorm work, and then there was a dude who paid me for my Just Cause hack, though that was even less than Regal donated in total. And well, at the moment I only have one patron who donates me like $1 per month, so that really cannot pay my bills. Oh boy. When you have so few patrons, you can just skip the credit stuff and just name them by names. It's kind of cool, I guess. But alright, so for this video, it's been paid in full, so thanks a lot to the Game Master, and you guys have to be thankful as well, because, you know what? Madden NFL is one of the games I wouldn't ever lay my eyes upon otherwise. It is not my style of the game at all. I wouldn't hack it on my own, but for the sponsorship, yeah, I would, and I did. So, alright. Without further ado, let's go for it. First things first, you gotta make sure that your Xbox has this thing in the launch ini, xbdm.xex in the launch ini. I will attach all the files and a link to the separate tutorial in the description, because this stuff is really kind of Xbox 360 101, so I really don't want to cover it right here. If you have Dash Launch, it would be nice to have it as well. And we will use a program named Pickpoker, but as far as I remember, Pickpoker works nicely without Xbox SDK or Xbox Neighborhood. So you may not install those, though once again it is really recommended to have it all. I mean, really, Xbox SDK and Neighborhood and XBDM are really, you know, very basic stuff for your Xbox. Once you have it all installed, you get to launch your game. Oh, by the way, this hack right here, which I will be doing, it works pretty much the same. Well, not exactly the same. Some addresses may be different, but the values are all the same, both on Xbox and on PS3. In fact, when I was making this hack, I found most of the values on the RPCS3, because thanks God for the RPCS3, it is so much more comfortable to do this on your PC rather than on your console. And all the things that you need to do on the PS3 in order to attach your debugger to the PS3 from your PC, I've covered in one of my Motorstorm videos, and I will link that in the description as well. But other than that, it is exactly the same. So launch your Xbox or PS3, go to this menu. And well, I will do all this stuff, you know, from the easiest to the hardest. And right now I will be showing the easiest method of this hack. The hardest methods will allow you to do some additional stuff, but overall, you know, they do not differ much. So here we go. Oops, wrong folder. Here we go, another wrong folder. I'm a bit... Alright, here it is. So, what do we need to do now is launch our Pickpoker and open it. Connect to our Xbox, just like that. And go straight into the memory via pick and poke button. So, this address is static, and this address is... Stadium address. I will use that because the team address is not far from the stadium address, and once you peek into the stadium address, here is the address of the stadium, first 4 bytes, you can see the addresses of the team rather easily. Here is the home team, 14, and here is the guest team, which is currently 1D. So let's say we want the Steelers to be Heart and Hustle, and Green Bay Packers, we want to be first rounders. Okay, let's do just that. So the Steelers are the guest team, so they actually come in second. And we want them to be Heart and Hustle, I believe. 03BD. And this team we want to be the first rounders, which will be 03BA. So we press poke. Just press pick once again to confirm that the changes have been made. And we press A, advance to game. Basically, this is it. This is all you need to, like, select the DLC team, the pre-order DLC team into the game. Really, this is all. This is everything. Now, I will show you some more stuff. And just after the game will load, so I will demonstrate to you that everything works just correctly. Let's put it onto the... Oops, that's not the full screen projector. Like this. Here are our first rounders. And my team is Heart and Hustle. Right now I want you to notice that these teams have like one color on the front, like full stripe, so to say, tops to bottom. Both teams have full stripe first, top to bottom. My team is in their away form, so their white is center, and first rounders is their home, so their main color is in center. So, let's say we want to change our uniform or to mix it up a bit. So, the easiest way to do this would be to use these files, which I will attach in the description as well. And these files actually show you which combinations every team have. They're pretty much the same for all the pre-order DLC team. So, what we need to do in order to change them is to pick, like Madden developers would work the best, and let's say I want to make all the teams to use kind of checkered patterns. So let's do it for the Nationals and American All-Stars, NFL All-Stars and AFL All-Stars. So what do we have to do here is click settings, go to next, and now we got to change this home. So home team American. Let's look into the file. Home jersey. Red, white. Dark. So I guess home, as I've said, should have the red in the center. So I want their jerseys to have the red stripe in the center, and their pants I want to be away, so they will be white in the center, like this. And their shoes I want to be black primary color, so they will be black and red. So we select just black primary shoes like that. And now we press cancel. Here we got select a different team which are not developers, because selecting two teams of the same... Well, actually it may work. Let me try that. So settings... Yeah, actually it should work without hacks. So I want the same colorage on my away team. Now actually let's make them different. Let's make them white jerseys, blue pants in the middle, and white primary shoes. Yeah, like this. So this time we press accept. Now we go to our pick poker. The address here is static. And we change our home team to be 7, so they will be red. And our away team to be 8, so they will be blue. We press poke, pick, and just like that, we should have our teams with custom uniforms that I've just selected. To recap it all, you can use any team for this kind of hack, but the dev team is the most comfortable because it is so similar to the DLC teams. Just make sure you stick to the home and away uniforms and do not select anything out of that range. I'm not sure what will happen, but most likely your console will just freeze and you will have to reboot it and start all over. Whew. Alright, so what do we have here? Yeah, as you can see, red jersey in the middle, white pants in the middle, and black and red shoes, so it all worked out just like I wanted it to. Also, by the way, please do know that logos have changed to AFC right here on the stadium, and in the center stadium there is also an AFC logo. You can see it right there. That's because all the DLC teams, and as you can see the uniform on my NFL team work just as nicely. So yeah, you can change for this kind of hack. You can select dev team for both sides. It works rather nicely here. It wouldn't work just as nicely with the harder hack for whatever reason, but we'll get to that later. So about the stadium, as you can see, the center of the stadium has the home team logo. That's because all the DLC teams use the Aloha Stadium as their home stadium. That's how it works. So this is basically how you change uniforms and how you change teams while you're going for the exhibition mode in the Madden 12. Once again, PS3 should have exactly the same values, but you probably will have to search for it, and this will also work for the Super Bowl mode, because Super Bowl mode pretty much uses the same thing. So you press pick, and here are teams, once again, 141D, let's just change it to the 03B7 just for kicks. And here is the stadium value which we have started with, 3D. 3D is Super Bowl XL6. XL6, it's Roman for XL. L is 50? Super Bowl 66? I'm not sure. Either way, we can change this Super Bowl stadium to any stadium value I found. I didn't bother listed the values that are selectable in the exhibition, so you can just select them there and look their value if you need them. And there is also a huge gap between all these values and 7F. There's really no other way to test them other than punch them in your console one by one and suffer all the crashes, but according to the files of the game, we've pretty much found all the stadiums, so I really do not see the point. You can, if you feel like that, try any of those values on your own console and see what happens. Meanwhile though, let's just replace our Super Bowl value with 22. Oh, by the way, here in this list the first value is 4 bytes decimal, and second is 4 bytes hexadecimal. So 22 is what we need because it's hexadecimal one, and the same is here with the teams. I've listed the decimal values because you might need to search them, but once again I'll demonstrate it a bit later. So we change the stadium to 22, so instead of Super Bowl stadium, we right now will have the stadium the game uses for practice, I believe. Oh boy. So yeah, once again, huge thanks to the Game Master for sponsoring this video, because otherwise I would never get to it. Hey, I have never saw an intro like this. I'll actually watch it because, well, why not, right? Who's gonna stop me, man? And as you can see, this is definitely not a Super Bowl stadium. Albeit it does have a Super Bowl logo. Kinda cool, I guess. Also, the skies are really different from the ones that I've selected, that are selected by default in the exhibition mode. This actually makes me wonder. Let's do a quick check for the skies.
Always a difficult place to win. What does the traveling team
Yeah. What really bugs me about this game is this long intro that you cannot skip. You cannot even press start and exit to menu while you are watching this intro. Alright. Let's go back to exhibition mode. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oops, Madden shop is not what I need. No, do not want to connect to anything. Oh! Come on now. Finally. Exhibition. Alright. Let's do a quick check for the skies. I'm pretty sure they're here as well, so let's do a peek. Zeros. I'm pretty sure this is the skies. And I'm pretty sure they should change with time of weather. Oh! Yeah, there they go. 00, 01, 02, and this thing changes as well. Take notes, my friends, take notes. This is how you change the skies. if you want to change them for some reason. I don't know, maybe run a couple experiments, but it's all here. And as for the weather, here's the weather. Yeah, these 1, 2, 3, 4 values. This is the first one. This is the second one. Actually 5 values. This is the third one, and this is the fourth one, and the fifth one. I've noticed this value changes as well. Maybe some other stadiums make use of this weird value in the middle as well, so this whole line probably gotta be in use for the weather. Alright, now another interesting thing that I've noted while I was doing this is the way you can be a spectator. So let's say I do not want to play the game, but I want to spectate a game between the... Actually, let's make them custom dressed again. I want to spectate a game between custom dressed... I don't know, just custom dressed DLC teams. I guess I'll pick NFL All-Stars and AFL All-Stars again, so like primary, like that. Oh yeah, it won't work. I forgot that once the developer team is unlocked, you kind of cannot unlock it again by pressing Run New Team. So we choose Home, Default and White Primary, just like that. Alright now. Oops. Notepad++, whatever. So home team will be B7, away team will be B8. And now, oops, B8, poke, pick, just like that. And now, to be a spectator, you have to change pretty much everything starting at this point, which is line 50 and 08, to match the screenshot right here. So FFF 0202, this goes to FF again. 02, oh, this is also should go to FF. 0202, 13, 1C, 13, 1C, FF, FF, FE, and this should be as well FF, FF, FE. And I believe all the lines below are pretty much, no, not pretty much the same. This one, alright, yeah, this one should also go to zeros. All you go to zeros. Just like that. And this place goes to FF, 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 F. Poke. Yeah, looks good to me, let's try it out. I will use this loading time to apologize if I've missed any nuance in this video. The reason to it is, well, I've never played any Maddens, so I'm not quite familiar with the mechanics of the game, but I've thoroughly tested everything I could, and to my opinion, everything works just picture perfect, really. And meanwhile, the game has loaded. Both the teams look good, their uniforms look just correct, and I already cannot quite control anything. I can only skip these videos, so to say. Yeah, I'm pretty much spectating the game at this point. That's what spectators do, I guess. That's what we aimed for, and that's what we got. Yeah, I only can press start. Cannot even skip that. Cinematic, so to say. There it goes! As you can see, I'm controlling nothing, I'm a spectator. So that's how it works, I guess. And I guess I have nothing more to show you here. On the offshoot that you want to be a spectator, that's how you do it. Alright. So, what is left? Let me check. I've shown you how to select stadiums, I've shown you how to select teams. Well, pretty much one thing left, I believe. You actually can watch a custom team in this menu. But it takes some effort because a value here is not static and you have to search for it every time. Actually, on the off chance, right now it will be a good time to mention it. On the off chance your value, which I use here, the stadium value, the home and guest team value, is different from mine. I don't know, maybe you use a different title update, this can change the value. Here's how you got to find it yourself. You press dump in Pickpoker, you press physical RAM, and then you press dump and save it as a file. Then you say you have to do it. To search for stadiums, you have to do it like this. You have to obviously select a stadium and say you want to dump a Packers stadium. So you dump stadium for Packers, then you change the stadium, you do another dump for Panthers. You do it a couple of times, like 3 or 4 times. I already done it, so where's my dumps? Where are my dumps? Here they are. After this, you can open these dumps with Cheat Engine. Like, I've did my dumps for the uniforms, so it's a bit different. No, it's process. So file, open file, and documents, and X360, and scan, physical, 9050. And then, since it is a dump from the console, you got to search for the type 4-byte big endian. In order to enable these types, big endian types, you got to go to Edit, Settings, somewhere around, Extra Custom Types, and enable them here. I keep them all enabled, they're quite useful. So, you go for 4 bytes big endian and 950, first scan, then you open a different dump. And this is physical 29, for example, and the value has changed to 29 just when the cheat engine, yep, like this. And as you can see, I already have 2 addresses. In fact, I have 2 addresses because when I did these dumps, I've selected both home and away team to be the same. So I have, in this memory dump, I have 2 Steelers. Were it Steelers? 29. Yeah, I have 2 Steelers team in this dump. In hexadecimal, 29, 4-byte, or not in hexadecimal, pardon me, in decimal, 29, 4-byte big endian. Just 2 memory dumps is enough to find this value. But this is a permanent value, so good chance you don't have to find it. So now, to select DLC teams in this customization menu, here's what you got to do. So here's what I'm doing. I do it like this. I go for the dev team because it is most comfortable to look for. I go for settings. And this is crucial moment. You got to do LT-RT couple of times so the value will be different and you won't found it. So, when you've selected the screen, you got to do a dump, memory dump. Yours might be big. But on my console, values are pretty much always in DC0000 area. So I do my dumps on a smaller scale. I just do this kind of dump. And let's call it like this. And this will be a very quick dump, not longer than the loading of the game. And just like this, it's dumped. So we open it in the cheat engine. And now we search for the value which I've screenshotted here. Once again, it seems to be similar both on Xbox and cheat engine, and I search for array of byte this time. And my array of byte will be C007000003B6. And here it is. I'm pretty sure it's a correct one. It looks like a correct one, and it should be a correct one. Let's check it out. So we go for pick and poke, and we've started with DC, so it should be like this. And we change B6 to say B7, we press poke. And we do LTRT. Yes, here we are, our AFC All-Star teams in customization menu. And we can customize it right here. So you see the trouble here as you have to search for that value and do a memory dump every time you launch the game. So perhaps the first method I've shown you is far more comfortable for you. I know it's far more comfortable for me. By the way, funniest thing, if I'll right now try to select Madden developers, it will be alright, but if I would have tried to do them via the random team while they were not unlocked, the game would have skipped them, just like they do not exist at all. So I guess there's some kind of check which doesn't let you to unlock the DLC team properly, but it works like this. So in order to do a custom team for the second player now, you have to select a different team rather than developers, because the game doesn't really sit well with this hackery. So I guess when you replace the team with B8 and load the team for the second player, the game resets the customization for the first player, because technically you've selected a different team. So I prefer Minnesota Vikings, and you do the same thing here. You select them and you press LTRT several times, like this, more than enough, and you do another dump for DC and for 01, just like this. And let's do this wheat dump 2. I have to rename this in the text file somehow. I will create something, not sure what. Oh, it's already dumped. Telling you, this is quite fast, quite fast. Alright, and now you go for the wheat dump 2, just like this, and as you can see, it changed the value of our team for our first team, changed from C0 to 40 because we are not in this menu. That's how it works. But when you are in this menu and you've pressed LTRT couple times, the value will be just like this, C007 solid, you know. So the Vikings are in hex 1F, so we search for this value. And here it is, the Vikings. Let's change them for a different purple team. Like this, and let's change them for Heart and Hustle 03BD. 03BD, and we press poke. I've pressed pick. Oh, happens with the best of us. Poke, just like that. 03BD. Yeah. And now LT, RT, Heart and Hustle! Yeah, we are right here, alive, man. Let's do something with them. Let's pick all white shoes, like this. Why not? And as you can see right now, here we have all the correct team logos in the menu as well. And well, we press A and advance to the game. Once again, we can change the stadium by going to the stadium address after we've selected team this way. Of course, it is too late to do it now when I've already started the game, but you can do it. So yeah, I bet this is it. I bet this is it. Our game has loaded, and as you can see, everything loaded just right, just correctly. The team uniforms here and there. Show me their shoes, please. Video game, yeah, all white. Well, I've hoped it will be faster, but I've rushed through it as it is, and I'm not sure if I actually explained all the things clearly enough, but if there are any questions, just drop me a comment and I'll be right here to help you out. One more time, on the PS3 the method is pretty much the same and the values are all the same, you just have to use a net sheet and PS3 debugger with your console. The link to the video to the tutorial on how to set all those up should be in the description. Links to all the nodes that I've used in this video and all the tools that I've used, alongside with all the tools and some files that I didn't showcase, will be in the description as well. Huge thanks to the Game Master once again for kindly sponsoring this video. And that does it. Stay cool, cats, and good luck.